Today we talked about fanning the flame. The Bible says that the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead dwells on the inside of us. We've got to tap into the power of God that's on the inside of us. Several years ago, there was a bee's nest on our shed right above where my daughter played. I was determined to burn that thing down. So I took this long 2x4 and I caught a rag on fire and stuck it on the end of that thing and heaved it in the direction of that nest. I missed the nest, but I shook the nest really bad and they went everywhere and they took off after me and I took off running. I was scared to death. I came back a little while later and the bees were swarming everywhere and I thought, man, I've got to get rid of those bees so they don't sting my daughter. So I went and got another cup of gas and I threw it in the direction of the nest and it hit the flames, but it didn't really hit the nest and it caught my wife's chair on fire and burned it right before my eyes. I thought, man, I'm gonna get this nest, and so I took another cup of gas and I threw it in that direction, and this time it hit the flame and went flying into where my daughter played, and it burned her little Minnie Mouse scooter and her sandbox toys, and I really felt bad about that. This got me even more angry, so I finally got this huge cup of gas. I threw it in the direction of the fire. I caught the nest on fire. I caught the 2x4 on fire, but I also caught my shed on fire. I had to run and get a hose to put all this out. But the reason why I tell you that is I stirred up those bees. There was a nest of bees and they were on the inside, but when I threw that 2x4 in that direction, that's what really stirred them up. It's the same thing in our relationship with God. God's placed something on the inside of us, we've got to stir it up. Paul told Timothy this, he says, why don't you stir up the gift of God that's on the inside of you? I want to encourage you today, stir up what God has placed on the inside of you. Make a decision to go deeper in Him. Make a decision to get closer to Him. Begin to pray, worship Him. Seek His face with all of your heart. Get on fire for Him, and He will change your life.